Guyana is turning the tide on plastic pollution, and it's happening one school at a time. Project Flow, launched just days ago, is a bold and innovative national water purification and sustainability initiative that's already making a measurable impact. Backed by the Greater Guyana Initiative and the Ministry of Education, the project was originally sparked by a student-led innovation and has now grown into a national movement. Flow is expected to provide safe, purified drinking water to over 58,000 students across 141 secondary schools, 10 TVET institutions, and 4 special needs schools, while eliminating an estimated 25 million single-use plastic bottles by 2029. At the heart of this transformation is Recover Guyana, the environmental organization co-leading the charge. This week on Sources, the co-founder and president of Recover Guyana, Dr. Davindra Lalltoo, shares more about this initiative that's bringing clean water, environmental education, and long-term sustainability to schools. Welcome to Sources. I'm your host, Svetlana Marshall. Today we'll be speaking about an important organization, Recover Guyana. And to do so with me, I have in studio the co-founder and president, Dr. Davindra Lalltoo. Mr. Lalltoo, welcome to Sources.
Thank you so much, Svetlana, for having me on Sources. It's a pleasure to be here, and I'm more than delighted to share as much information as possible on Recover Guyana.
I know recently Recover Guyana partnered with the Greater Guyana Initiative and the Ministry of Education to launch Flow, a very important project that we'll definitely speak about. But let's start off talking about what exactly is Recover Guyana, the work it does.
Oh, great question. So Recover Guyana is a local not-for-profit organization. We're fully registered with the Friendly Society, and our main objective is to ensure that we create opportunities in a very sustainable manner, particularly for vulnerable communities and children.
And what are some of the initial projects? I know recently you've had, you launched a major project, Flow, and that will benefit thousands of students. But what were some of the initial projects done by Recover Guyana?
Yeah, so Recover Guyana actually started off with pageantry, Miss Earth Guyana. Then we branched off to launch a very large-scale national project, which is called Shout, the Quest for Guyana's Youth Environmental Speaker. That project is actually in its 3rd year. And then we have Engage. Engage is another youth entrepreneurial project that is geared towards training 1,000 youths across Guyana in green entrepreneurship. And then we're here with Flow, the National Water Purification and Sustainability Initiative for public secondary schools, TVET institutions, and special needs schools.
Let's talk first of all about Shout.
Yes.
It's in its 3rd year. It's been successful because now you're acting upon that initiative. What are some of the topics covered by students who participate in this Shout program?
Yeah, Shout is the heart of everything that we do at Recover, because we've been seeing so much impact coming out of this particular project. So with Shout, we invite all secondary schools across Guyana to submit a proposal. How would you transform your school environment if funding was not an issue? And from that, we go through several phases to identify Guyana's youth speaker, and the winner gets the funding to implement the project. The idea with Shout was to, within 10 years, to have one of those winners projects to be national. Fortunately for us, we found some amazing partners, especially the Greater Guyana Initiative, to implement the very first year, the very first winner project on a national scale. Yeah.
Let's talk about that project. And it was the brainchild of
Flow.
Yes, Flow is the project, but the student that won the competition, she came up with this idea to solve one, water pollution in a sense, not necessarily water pollution, but pollution in a sense, but also to provide children with safe water. Tell me more about that.
Yes, there are so many benefits with that project. So the initial project was at Queen's College. That's where Vasana Prasad, the winner, was from. With Vasana, her pitch, the idea was to eliminate plastic from the school environments. Today, that number is over 70,000 plastic water bottles that are presently saved since the launch in 2024.
Wow, 70,000.
Yes.
And once she would have, she won that project, it was initially intended and designed for Queen's College.
Correct.
But a model project was also launched at the West End Secondary School.
Yes, because the impact was so significant and it was aligning to the mandate of Recover Guyana, we decided to, the Greater Guyana Initiative had a call for proposal and we did, hey, let's do it West End. Let's not ask these people to do more than one schools.
Yeah.
So we did West End and we ensure that it's a pilot to where we really want to take our Shout Winners project. And the success rate has been even greater than Queen's College because within the first 2 months, 10,000 plastic water bottles were saved with just 2 dispensers, while at Queen's College they had 4 dispensers. Yeah.
Tell me how exactly the purification system works. How do you save these, prevent students from using plastic bottles?
Sure, I'd love to do that. So we get the water is sourced from GWI, which is already existing in school. It goes to a storage tanks, and then it goes through cylinders that filter the physical particles. From that, it goes to reverse osmosis, where it eliminates bacteria and all of those things. Then from that, it goes to storage tank. At this point, keep in mind that water is safe to consume, but because we're dealing with children and we want to ensure that this is 100% healthy, it's safe water, it goes through a further purification stage, which is the UV filtration. So through the UV filtration, it's ready to consume. It's perfect. By now, it's at -1 microns. The water. So you see there are dispensers there. These dispensers are motion sensor. There's no touching involved. You just put, yes, you just.
So this student created all of this?
It was the idea, but the idea was developed by Recover Guyana.
Okay.
I must say the community at Queen's College and the alumni played a very instrumental role in really building this. So there's so many benefits with this project that I'm sure we'll talk about flow and all of those benefits. So when you show up at this, you just put your water bottle, your reusable water bottle there, and it dispenses cool water. So the dispenser also cools the water, so it's not the warm water you're getting. And there is a monitoring evaluation count on that system that tells you with every 100 ml how many plastic water bottles were saved. So that's
that's how you're doing. Because I was wondering who's counting.
Yes, that's how we're able to gauge how many plastic water bottles were actually saved.
So they're encouraged to walk with their own containers.
Yes,
bottles.
you are. We also furnish you with unlimited reusable bottles. We want to get those numbers up of saving, plastic bottles.
Okay. So you pitched the idea to the Greater Guyana Initiative, which, by the way, set aside $20 billion to work on various sustainable development projects. And so you've managed to tap into that, a bit of money there, well, a lot of money there. Yeah. So you pitched, Recover Guyana won. And so they've since launched recently at the Guyana Marriott, the Flow project, or Project Flow.
Yeah, so we were aware that the Greater Guyana Initiative, they were looking for a signature project, and we know we were bringing impact to the table. We know we were bringing heart to the table. It's very important. I mean, these are projects from an NGO point where it's not about the funding, really. It's about bringing your heart and want to create the impact, and that was important for us. And that's one of the key elements that Recover Guyana has.
And so you, through this project, You'll be establishing the purification system at 141 secondary
Yes.
schools, a number of TVET institutions, as well as 4 special needs schools. Tell me, of course, about the benefits and the long-term goal here.
Sure. So when we heard the call from the Greater Guyana Initiative, we know that we were covering all of their focal points, and they focus primarily in health, education, and economic development. And we know this project flow. We we started the proposal in December, and we were very confident that it will become the signature project because it captured all of that. So we pitched it for 141 secondary schools across Guyana, catering for those that are building or that will be built as well, because we do consult extensively with the Ministry of Education. All 10 TVET institutions and the 4 special needs schools under the ministry's secondary division. In terms of benefits, it's amazing. At the end of 2029, that's when the project comes to an end, 58,000 students will benefit on a daily basis. And based on the assessment from Queen's College and West Demerara Secondary School, we can confidently say that 25 million plastic water bottles will be saved by 2030.
Mm-hmm. And this means a lot for the environment, and
Yes.
especially in Guyana where you see a lot of clogged drains filled with bottles and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll definitely be providing
For
that
sure,
solution,
for
and
sure.
students definitely will be capitalizing on this water purification system. And in this heat, why
Yes,
not?
it's cool
It's
drinking
cool,
water
it's
as
cool.
well.
Yes. So the benefits enormous.
Massive, yeah.
58,000 students. How important was it for creating a platform where you could collaborate with an organization such as Exxon and the Ministry of Education through the Greater Guyana Initiative to buy into this concept and to put forward an idea, an innovative project that came from a student?
Yeah.
The importance of collaboration.
Excellent question. I must say, with working with the Greater Guyana Initiative, has been a building force for Recover Guyana. We had so many sit down, and they were able to really allow us and give us an opportunity to structure this proposal in such a way that it's a collective effort. The Ministry of Education, especially the secondary division, managed by the Assistant Chief Education Officer, Mr. Blackman, has been quite instrumental in ensuring that our system, the project itself, is aligned to the ministry and that will safely benefit students and teachers and the community within the school systems as well.
And what I mentioned the issue of pollution, but taking off this amount of bottles, preventing pollution in a sense, because we know where they end up.
Yeah.
How important it is for the environment and the Guyana that we seek to have.
Very, very important. I'm very happy, as a local NGO, we're able to contribute to the Low Carbon Development Strategy 2030 and a number of the SDGs as well. This is massive. This is so important for us. Plastic water bottles everywhere you turn, its pollution is crazy out there, and being able to be a part of a project that will save 25 million plastic water bottles by 2030 is just surreal.
Why does it end in 2029 though? The systems are still going to be in the school, or that's just the collaboration period?
So that's the collaboration period. This system has a 25-year life plan. It's gonna always be there. As we talked earlier, this is a continuous growth. It's a continuous project, and there are numerous benefits. So with the project as well, science, technology, engineering, mathematics do play such an instrumental role. With the project, it also allow us to come a little bit into Shout, where environmental clubs will be created within all schools. Those schools that have environmental club, we'll be able to build, and we'll be able to give them opportunities as well for sustainability of these projects. Also, with regards to the
ahead. Let me stop you. Let me stop you there. How could persons be a part of this movement? Because why not? You know, you're providing children with safe water, purified water, but you're also addressing this issue of pollution, land pollution, water pollution, the issue of single-use bottles. How could one be a part of the Recover Guyana broader initiative?
Yeah, so a lot of from the launch to now, so many persons have been reaching out. So this is an opportunity for all. Part of the economic benefits of this project is that within every community where there is one of those 155 institutions, there are opportunities for carpenters, solar installers, plumbers, electricians, persons to help with capacity building and development. And we are encouraging persons to visit our social media handle on the Recover Guyana. Our website is always updated at www.recoverguyana.org. Information is readily available. It's large scale, it's huge, and there's so many opportunities. And we want Guyanese to take up this opportunity and to really run with it, because it's a movement, not just for an organization. It's a movement for our children. It's a movement for communities and for everybody to really benefit.
I know the next question on everybody's mind: when is the next shout competition? Because who would want to, you know, create another great innovative project that organizations like Recover Guyana and the Greater Guyana Initiative would want to tap into?
Yeah, so the competition is really, really stiff, because Queen's College won Shout all 3 years in its existence, and we have had we have three amazing projects coming out, and other schools are really competing and waiting. So Shout is always in World Environment Day, that's in June 5th, and the call for a proposal. So each school submit one proposal. That call goes out anytime in February or March of the new year.
Okay, so do look out.
Yes.
Secondary schools. I hope that in the future you'll be able to target the primary school students. They too could be innovative and tackle environmental issues. I'm sure you would agree with me.
Absolutely. Everybody wants to get on board. I don't know, what happened with Recover Guyana, but it's an explosion of growth, and
that's a good thing.
And we have an amazing team that we work with that's always innovating, always creating, and who knows what's next. We actually have 3 national projects.
So yes, let's talk about the third one. You spoke. It's focused also on the environment.
Yes. So our third national project is Engaged. Engage is the ultimate goal with Engage is to train 1,000 youths across Guyana to be the ultimate green entrepreneur. And part of that, you also get some seed funding to start your business, to get some resources in. And that project is also supported by Scotiabank Guyana.
Okay.
So
I was going to ask where you're getting funding from. So it's good to hear you're getting support from the banks, the commercial banks as well.
Yeah, as I mentioned, it's important you bring your heart to the table, and I work with a team of people that really have their heart into this. And as a registered organization, having your audits public, having good structure, following the Constitution, that's so important here. And if you have these documentation to fund us, it really help you with proposals and to bring impact to the table.
Let's go back to Engage, because I know I threw you off there
that's
a bit asking about funding. But what are some of the projects or businesses that you see coming out of Engage?
So with
Success stories.
With Engage, we actually finished the 2 pilot regions, Regions 3 and Region 6. And out of that, we have had innovation and amazing, such as in hydroponics. Hydroponics was a really big thing. Innovation in farming, persons want to bring AI into the way they operate their agricultural businesses, and so many creative. We have actually completed training for 75 youths in Region 6 and 78 youths in Region 3.
Are you looking to take Engage to the other regions?
Yes, so we've already finalized with Scotiabank. Engage is coming to Region 4 in on the East Coast, East Bank and Georgetown. There will be a refresher for the phase 1, which is region 3 and region 6 phase. There will be a refresher like a business clinic, and then we're also going to region 2 in 2026.
Okay, so how do they go about from concept to securing a grant? What does the grant look like, the amount, and the time span of the project? And of course, what are some of the success stories?
Oh, great. So with Engage, we ask you to bring your idea to the table, and you go through a series of a face-to-face session and one-on-one session with experts within your field, and they help you to build your business profile. So when you leave Engage program, you have a business profile that you can get your business registered, and you can use the different agencies such as a small business bureau to, to secure a small grant, or, or the other opportunities. You can even take that proposal to the bank in order to secure a loan. But with the project itself, for those most feasible proposal, you're given $100,000 to $250,000 to really help you to kickstart.
So does it have to be a fresh idea, or could I have like an existing business, but I don't have the infrastructure, the structure in place to really, tap into some of these grants and so forth?
You walk with your idea. We restructure it in the green space because we have a really incredible team that work with that project as well. So we transform it because our mandate is environmental sustainability. If your idea is out of scope, then we'll have to sit with you and we'll have to go over to ensure that it aligns with what our mandate really and truly is. If you come, okay, hey, I want to do cosmetics, we'll say, how can we change it into using natural products, or how can we change it into using local suppliers, and those are the kind of things we encourage. Let's say you're doing a business that is dealing with containers. How can we use natural resources in order to build and to manufacture, rather than using things like plastic and things that harm our environment?
What has the success rate been like for the groups or businesses that would have tapped into this initiative, Engage?
Wow.
And would you share maybe one or two success stories?
Yeah, 100%. It's unbelievable. Like when we give people these reports and we give them the testimonials, every project that we have done has had 100% success rate. It's unbelievable, but it's on our website. Go check it out. It's there. Two of the most primary business, I'm sure you heard of Calvin Roberts before, with his indigenous food. We did supported his business
He's Region 3, right?
Region 3.
Yeah, I know Calvin. Calvin.
Calvin, yes. Calvin is very supportive of the indigenous community, and what he brings to the table really fits perfectly with what we're looking for. And to be able to support in some way, not a very large way or a small way, really, melts our heart that we can do these things and build, especially young Guyanese who wants to get things done and really, get up and solve issues. Okay. And the other one would be, I remember we had one participant in region 6. I don't remember his name, but he wanted to multitask agriculture. He wanted to do poultry at the top, and he wanted to do aqua business at the bottom. Okay. So the waste from the top helps to provide feed-in for the bottom of the systems.
Very creative.
And that was where one of the grant went to, and that young man has been extremely. Communication in our projects plays such a critical role as well, because we're able to report, correctly and precisely to our funders. His communication has been really good with so that's why I can speak to especially Calvin and this young man who have been doing very well.
And the response has been great from both the committees, but also those who are tapping in.
Yes, when we advertised for the call region, we had almost 769 applicants interested in participating in the Engage in both regions, the combined regions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good, good. So that has a cycle too. I know you said you're working
It's yearly.
on. Okay.
It's yearly. So Engage is 8 months. It's 8 months period.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's next for Recover Guyana?
So Recover Guyana, we're entering a new phase. The GGI, the Greater Guyana Initiative, provided such an amazing opportunity for us. We're shifting people, we're taking people away from their current employ into us because the project do create the scope for employment. So we're currently looking for talented Guyanese that want to really, be employed in this project. We have our new office. It's at 129 Breeden Hoop. That's in the west coast of Demerara. So we're building the team. We're at the implementation phase. At that office will be the hub for all our different projects and so on. In terms of projects, you never know who is going to see this and want to explore options with us because we do have some incredible partners that we work with. ExxonMobil Guyana has been very instrumental in helping us to achieve our objective. We have Yandanal. Yandanal has been quite supportive. Van Org, they just exited Guyana, but they're the one that really helped us to build with Engage. Namprasad group of companies. We have Flawless Dental. We have our venue partner, the Ramada Princess Hotel. Anytime we have an event, we just give them a call. Hey, this is what's happening. And so many people, even our talent, like for photography and videography, Anthony Indar Productions, Pixel Perfect Productions, Siva Marketing, these are all, we have created such a beautiful network of people with always yes, that they want to do this. And personally for me, as one of the co-founders for Recover, I want us to continue to strive in integrity and to always, be true to the cause and to create impact for our country. That's quite important.
Earlier you spoke about, I asked you about joining the organization, which is that, tell me a bit about the volunteer. How could I volunteer to be a part of whatever you're doing at Recover Guyana, all these great environmentally friendly projects?
Yeah, that's a beautiful question, especially for the Gold Scholarship students, because we've been having a number of them reach out, because I think part of community service is that you have to provide to an organization. So how we work is that for you to become a member of Recover, you have to volunteer for 20 hours. So if you have a request, we'll put you into our volunteer network, and all our projects are there. Where there are volunteer opportunities, you let us know. And we keep a register of it. And when you qualify for membership, you can apply for membership. But membership is usually opened during a period of time. Because we want to ensure, again, you're not just coming to an organization because you're seeing things happen. We want people to come to the organization where you can bring something to the table.
So what volunteering looks like? What do I have to do in that 20 hours?
It depends. So outside of our national projects, we do a lot of other important projects. Like for example, it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We do have a calendar of activities that we have planned. Apart from that, we do our day activity as usual. We do a fundraiser that's called Without Art, Earth is Air. You got it right. So so we have so many opportunities for especially Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We have a network of cancer survivors as well that we work with, and we ensure that our calendar is aligned in such a way that it includes environmental sustainability, it includes the environment. If I can talk a little, I'm very passionate about working with cancer survivors.
No problem.
So this month, we're starting our activity in the 12th. We're collaborating with Youth in the Rise Guyana. That's another organization, Region 3, where we'll be joining them on the 12th for their walk. On the 16th is World Food Day. We have a new office, so we'll be distributing fresh hampers to cancer patients and survivors. We usually team up with the oncology department, but we're shifting it to Breeden Hoop this year. On the 18th, we're collaborating with the Rotaract Club of the University of Guyana for breast cancer screening in charity on the Essequibo Coast. On the 8th of November, we're creating a project that's called Pink Outside of October. It's our 3rd anniversary brunch we normally do for stakeholders and it's at no cost, but we invite our stakeholders, and you can donate there. They will have a setup, you donate, and those funds will be dedicated to an NGO that's focused on cancer, that help cancer patients and survivors. But this year we're focused more on palliative care. We want to help an NGO that's really, helping families that are going through, having to deal with persons who are suffering with cancer.
Good work, good work. You're doing more
yes,
than...
And this year we're also working with some of our other sponsors. I forgot to mention One Communication. Big shout out to Jasmine. Very, very supportive. One Communication. I can always pick up the phone and say, hey Jasmine, this is what we're doing. How can you guys support? They're always willing to contribute in some way. Also, we are planning to take 10 survivors to Kaishore Falls this year.
Oh,
it's
nice.
part of our helping cancer survivor with their mental health and so on.
That's good. You're doing a lot of great work in the environment and even outside, dealing with cancer patients and supporting, those cancer survivors is important. And as I listen to you, I hear a lot of collaboration and how it's important for even the big businesses to support organizations. So whether big or small, once you collaborate, you become a force and you'll be able to execute more than doing it single-handedly. So congratulations on the great initiatives that you are executing simultaneously. You have a packed agenda.
Yes.
Congratulations on Shout and how it has evolved into a national project and the adaptation by the Greater Guyana Initiative and the Ministry of Education through the launch of Flow, and of course engage empowering young business persons who have an interest in environmentally friendly businesses. So you're doing a lot. And cancer, why not? So congratulations. Closing remarks.
Rightfully said. Thank you so much. I just want to thank you guys for this opportunity, be a part of Sources. It's amazing. And I want to say thank you to everybody that has continued to help Recover Guyana build. We became an NGO, a registered NGO in 2022, and we're in 2025. And I don't know, I honestly don't know where we're going from here, because it's beyond what we expected. It's beyond the plan, it's beyond everything. But we're prepared to create massive impact in 2030, and we are so grateful to all those persons that continue to donate and contribute and so on. And if I'm allowed to give a word of advice to young people, that advice would be always want to be challenged. Every person at Recover Guyana, we're all young, we're all professional people. We always want to be challenged. Personally, for me, I have no experience in environmental sustainability, but what I do have is the passion. I just got my doctorate in business administration with a specialty in management and leadership, but I am not doing that. I'm not the person to talk about career orientation, because I am focused on the environment. That's where my passion is. So I'm making that sacrifice to be here, and I love it. You have to love what you want to do, and you have to want to be challenged. As long as you want to be challenged, you're gonna achieve great things. And my favorite quote is always, success is 1% inspiration and it's 99% perspiration.
Okay, a lot of work then. A lot of work then. Before we go though, why Recover Guyana? Why the name Recover Guyana?
Oh, so with Recover Guyana, it's RECOVER, but there's eco in there, which is highlighted in our logo.
Okay.
And it speaks to what we do. It speaks about environmental sustainability and conservation and everything that do with creating impact to really help the environment.
Very clever.
Yeah.
And congratulations to yourself and team at Recover Guyana and all the great work you're doing.
We appreciate it.
We'll definitely be visiting some of the schools to see the water purification system and waiting to hear about the success stories coming out of Engage. And so with that, we've come to the end of this edition of Sources. We wish Dr. Lalltoo all the best and the Recover Guyana team all the best. Thanks for watching. I've been your host, Svetlana Marshall.